cross and exchange the joy of heaven for the anguish of the cross. With a prayer you fed the hungry, with a word you stilled the sea. Yet how silently you suffered that the guilty may be free. You're the author of creation, you're the Lord of every breath, and your cry of love rings out across the land. With a shout you rose victorious, wresting victory from the grave, and ascended into heaven, leading captives in your way. Now you stand before the Father, interceding for your own. From each tribe and tongue and nation, you are leading sinners home. You're the author of creation, you're the Lord of every man, and your cry of love rings out across the land. You're the author of creation, you're the Lord of every man, and your cry of love rings out across the land. Okay, a couple of things. When we get to the chorus, every time except for the first time after verse 3, we have a cut on that last B minor. So, and your cry of love rings out across the land. So the first time after verse 3, we go, and your cry of love rings out across the land. You're the author of creation. So we play through that. Also, when we get to verse 3, we have a cutout. And we basically have drums and piano. Those are the two instruments that carry the first two lines. So through the outro, we don't really taper back, or sorry, through the interlude, we don't taper back. So the interlude, for example, with a shout you rose victorious, wresting victory from the grave. So drums and piano, doom, cha, boom, boom, cha. And just mainly chord changes on the piano. So not a lot of stuff going on between the chord changes. And then we get to the final piece of that second line in verse 3. Leading captives in your way. So G, A, B minor, A over C sharp, D. And this is not quite, it's like a polyrhythm. It's a polyrhythm, sorry. Trying to think of the word. It's a polyrhythm. So in 6/8, we have this big beat feel, right? So in 6/8, the BPM is 68, but there are 3 beats that are residing within these 2 big beats, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom, 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 boom. But this little line turns that 6/8 into basically 1, 2, 3, 4 into a 4/4 instead of a 6/8. And the BPM 68 is now, instead of being worth 3/8 notes, it's a half note, so it's worth 2 quarter notes. So it's an interesting little spot. The way that I try to deal with it as guitar, I subdivide it all, so daka 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 dam. I do these triplets 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So when I play it with this, that line, and ascended into heaven, leading captives in your way. I'll do that line one more time. And ascended into heaven, leading captives in your way. Now you stand before the Father. Now I'll do it with these subdivided triplets underneath. And ascended into heaven, leading captives in your way. Now you stand before the Father, interceding for your own. So that's the quick and easy version of Across the Lands as we do it at Crossroad. Again, I'm playing C shapes in the key of D, so capo 2. So my C shape is the D. My G shape is the A. My F2 shape is a G. And then the C over E is the D over F sharp, which is utilized a lot in this song. The D minor, which is on the second and fourth line of each verse, is the E minor. And then the B minor on the chord chart we play as an A minor. You're the one, which is in the chorus. You're the author of creation. You're the Lord of every man, and your cry of love rings out across the land. There you go. Hope you find that helpful.